we see that, this election in Wisconsin where Musk poured millions, tens of millions into this, and they lost, and it was a red district. It's encouraging. I mean, there are signs of encouragement. We have elections in less than 2 years. There's no feature of our system as of yet that means that we're not going to have elections. So everybody needs to get ready and turn out for that. And if there's a will to do it, then it can be done.
I applaud all of that, and want to remind everybody that we are not even 3 months into this administration. We're 3 months in, but we're not 3 months complete. Right? It's only April, whatever.
March. Yeah. 2.5 months.
All of this destruction, all of this has happened in less than 3 full months.
It's not even 100 days. We've got another 2.5 weeks to 100 days.
Well, it's intended to, it's a shock campaign. It's intended to make people, frightened and afraid. And we're seeing some capitulation among some of our institutions, some of these like law firms and universities, et cetera. But here's the thing, I was recently at America Fest. It's Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA annual thing in Phoenix, Arizona. I saw Steve Bannon speak. And, he's, liar and cheat, whatever. But he gets up there with his flak jacket. Meanwhile, he goes back to the billionaire's yacht or whatever.
Right.
There was his flak jacket. And he says, he's talking to the people who were hardcore MAGA supporters. He said, when you lost in 2020, you didn't get into bed and suck your thumbs. You decided to get out there and fight. Now, they did things we would never want to do, like spread lies, inspire and organize political violence.
Insurrection,
try to overthrow the government. We not want to do this sort of violent actions and spread lies. But they did things that we should take note of. They turned out their base. They went after low propensity voters. Some guy stood up and talked about how he went after the Amish. He was like, nobody went for them before. So I had this thing where I organized all these people to reach out to the Amish, and we got them. I mean,
they don't have them anymore. They're going to lose them because those Amish are farmers, and they just got fucking hit. So, that's the thing about low propensity voters is if you gather them in and then you screw them, they're never coming back to you. So let's hope we're able to convert some of those folks because they knew they didn't vote because they knew they didn't believe in the system. They got talked into it and then they got screwed.
The challenge here is that people often vote on identity and not policy. And once you sort of drawn them into a sort of identity of religious nationalism, us versus them, the pure versus the impure, it's hard to draw them out. But, still, it's worth having the conversations. And it's really vital to turn out the base. Again, Harris lost because there was less enthusiasm for turnout on the Democratic side of the political aisle. And, we could have a whole other section on that. I believe that there are sort of information operations that were intended to depress enthusiasm or split the vote. That's, divide and conquer. It's the oldest game in the book. I think we have to also recognize that often politics is just basic chess, and understand that, the other side isn't just winning through persuasion. They're winning through fostering voter apathy on the other side of the political aisle. Years ago, I have this quote in my previous book, The Power Worshippers. There was this guy named Bill Dallas. He was the head of an organization called United in Purpose that played a really critical role in data operations, turning out the vote. And he said, we have 200 million voter files in our database. We know what makes someone turn out to vote, and we know what makes them stay home. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. But he said, we know it gets people to vote. And they were actually like pushing messages into people's like Facebook feeds and social media. But they were also, he was suggesting that they were also pushing messaging that was intended to depress enthusiasm for voting on the other side of the political aisle.